Good morning and welcome to Smell the Coffee, your favorite breakfast show. My name is Glenn Rashipura and I'll be taking you through your cup of Java. On today's Smell the Coffee, we are at the National Senior Athletics event taking place in the capital. I am a sports lover myself, and back in high school, I was actually a 100-meter sprinter. And I would make it as far as the regionals. Maybe had I pushed myself a little bit, I would have been at the nationals. But on today's Smell the Coffee, we're going to be covering all things the Senior National Athletics taking place. I am now joined by Bethel Karumentu, who is the competition director at the Senior National Athletics taking place today. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Leonora. It is always a pleasure and an honor by having me this morning.
Yes. I mean, I'm a lover of sports and I've become a fitness fanatic. Back in high school, I was pretty good at the 100 meters, but I didn't go further than, the regionals. But maybe if I had pushed myself a little bit, I would be maybe here, right, today.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, what can be expected at the Senior National Athletics this weekend?
Yeah, the expectation is very high. Before I tell you what the expectation is, you know what, if you have to organize a competition of this labor, there is a lot of effort one have to put in terms of planning, in terms of preparation, and in terms of presentation of the day. You will see the presentation of the day when the competition starts. Then you see the 3 Ps.
The 3 Ps?
You plan, prepare, presentation.
Ah, okay.
And then you can talk about the expectation of the competition. It's a high-level competition. It's a Senior National Athletics Championship. Yes. All the eyes in Namibia are on that competition. Remember, it's a must for Athletics Namibia to have this national competition from the World Athletics.
Wow.
And this event is on the calendar of World Athletics as our national championship. So the expectation is very high. We have our elite athletes that we are expecting here. And for the first time in history, we incorporate in our program the para-athletes in the program. Oh. The T11 and the T12, 100 meters tomorrow, and the T53, T54 wheelchair race. Yes. Those are the expectations. There are Johannes Nambara, Ananias Ukongo from the para. They were being seen at that level. Our elite athletes from Namibia Correctional Service, our elite athletes from NDF, our elite athletes from the police, the expectation will come from them, the local clubs from the regions, and all 13 regions except Kunene, because Kunene does not have a club or athletes coming from.
Wow.
What expectation are you?
This sounds so big. Now I'm excited. It feels like very, very international standard levels. That's how I feel from what you just told us. And of course, it's starting later today.
At 3 o'clock. The gun must be fired.
Now, why is it so important to host such events like this in Namibia?
As I said, it's a requirement of World Athletics.
Yes.
Athletics Namibia is a member of World Athletics. That's tell you how good in standing you are with the world body, athletics body. So it's a must.
It's a must.
And it's another opportunity for our athletes. There's one who want to qualify for the World Championship later on in August in Budapest, Hungary. Also for the Commonwealth Games later on. And then we have the African under 18, under 20 after 2 weeks time in Zambia from 29 April to the 3rd of May. So the competition is very important as preparation for the young ones and also for the senior elite athletes an opportunity to qualify.
Yeah, on that note, how would you say the sporting scene in Namibia has grown, especially over the past couple of years?
It has grown immensely, but the support from the private sectors and stakeholders they are not coming on board. We are playing them to come and support athletics. I mean, athletics is a sport A category in Namibia. In the history of Namibia, at the Olympic level, at the Commonwealth Games level, at the African Championship level, athletics brought medals. But athletics is not supported by the stakeholders and everyone who want to support. Please come on board and support athletics. We are asking the new committee in place for Athletics Namibia. We are in a direct direction and we are moving in a direct direction. And we are pleasing our corporate world to come on board and support athletics. We are very thankful for Coca-Cola Namibia Bottling Company for the drink sponsor. We are very thankful for the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service providing transport from the respective region up to here as the main stakeholders. The ministry will always going to be there as a main stakeholders.
Now that's and it's good that you brought out that the private sector needs to come forth and participate in this kind of events. Can you tell us, I know you talked about the competition, can someone like me join next year, for instance?
You need to...
How competitive is this?
It's very high level. But as a social runner, you need to belong to a club.
Yes.
The club must affiliate to the region, and then they must affiliate to Athletics Namibia. It's not late yet. You can become a social. You can become a social runner, not an active runner, but a social runner for a respective club, whatever in your region.
Okay, so what does a social runner mean?
You don't compete for prizes, but you compete for your healthiness and lifestyle.
Ah, I see. So I can become a social runner. It's not too late for me.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now, those who are making the podium this weekend, what is next for them?
Medals as a national honor. Gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. You got a bronze medal at the national championship in the 1500. You got a gold medal in the 100, 200. It's an honor because there is no other senior national event in Namibia. This one is the last. From here, we don't have any other competition. From here, we are talking about international competition. From here, I talk about the athletes who still have to go outside the country to go and compete. We have the gold level World Athletics Continental Tour in Gaborone on 29 for the senior athletes who need to qualify for better event to come. They can still go to Gaborone. They can still go to South Africa to improve whatever if they cannot qualify here. We have the electronic system being required by World Athletics, our system, the wind gates, everything. You see, now we are doing the final touch of the preparation of the field. By 3 o'clock, everything must be ready. The system must be ready. The electronic device must be ready because we need to have an official timing for each and every athlete competing in this race.
Wow. I'm quite excited for later on. Any final words before I let you go?
I just want to invite the Namibian public, if you are around in Windhoek, make your way. But this time it's not for free. There is a $30 on the gate. And for VIP, there is a 200 Namibian dollar. We want to generate funds. Athletics does not have money, but we are moving to the direct direction. We want the corporate world to come on board. And then we can sit around one table and support athletics. Athletics is the sport A. I will still keeping on saying that it's a sport A category because of the background, what we have in the past, what medals we brought for Namibia in the past.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
It is always a pleasure for having me.
I was just talking to Bethel Karumendu, the competition director at the Senior National Sports Competition taking place this weekend.
NMH at 1 brings you news from all corners of Namibia. NMH at 1 aims to reach viewers countrywide who are interested in current affairs in a short and sweet format. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, Namibia Media Holdings, Irongo, and Windhoek Express. To share your news or advertise on this platform, contact NMH1 at synergy.com.na. NMH at 1, your lunchtime news companion.
I am currently at the Independence Stadium and I'm joined by Gabriel Katua, who's going to tell us a little bit more about this stadium. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, can you tell us about when the stadium was first inaugurated?
That's way back. That's way back. I think we all know by now that it's a very old stadium. I think it's probably in 68 or somewhere there. But that's not a big deal. We got our independence in 1990, and that is when this stadium becomes a meaningful property to the nation, and you know, so it comes with the independence, and that I think that is what is more important. But in detail, it's a very old stadium.
Now, what major sporting events have taken place here on the stadium?
There are a lot that have been happening here way before, even probably before I was born. So, but just to highlight you, we you know, obvious the national team. This is the home to our national team. This is where we destroyed many national teams here. You remember the '98 African Cup qualifier. This is the stadium where Bimbo Chihero made a history here. And myself personally, I remember there was a time that I came from the rural schools there. I qualified here to go to World Youth Games when I was still in active athletes. So there are a lot that happened here. We had Frankie had some records here. We have, you can name them. There are a lot. Victoria Shingaete was here. Kapena Rukero was here. There are a lot that have been dancing on this stadium. So it's a lot. Not just only sport, but you remember the inauguration of our first founding father was right here where we are sitting. So it's a lot that have been happening at this stadium.
So we can sum up that this stadium holds the spirit of what Brave Namibia stands for.
I think within this stadium you can describe the whole of Namibia here. So yes, you are correct on that one.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Have you hosted any international events?
So far we not since I took I took it over probably 2 years ago, but I only moved here this year since my colleague that was here, Mr. Lucky Gavanap, went with retirement. But apart from the soccer games that we have been hosting here, that have been definitely indeed the international games at their own capacities, we did not have much of the other courts that have been taking place here. And it's more because, you know, the stadium only have two courts that cater here, which is the football and the athletics. So from the football part of it, side, yes, indeed, there have been a lot of international games that have been happening here. And then athletics, you see, we are having one of the biggest events in our country that we have here. You will not say, yes, international, but it's fall under that international calendar of athletic world. So definitely on our own words can be that international. We have had music shows here. Recently, last year, we had Coffee Limited here. We have had, name them here. So yes, indeed, somehow at our level, we have had it.
That's good to know. Any major events coming up? I'm trying to see if I should free up my social calendar.
Definitely, I think it have been a flowing news now in our country that we are bidding for the 2027 African Cup host with Botswana. So definitely one cross the finger and say, please let it be. And it's very important. You know, most people don't understand these things. You have had people saying we don't have facilities, we don't have, but we need to go into detail as to why we want to bid. You know, people that say, yes, we are capable of bidding are people that are leading sport in these countries. So they know definitely what they are doing. It helps a lot. I remember there was a time that Ronnie Kanenolo was having an interview in South African, one of the TV there, and he was hammered. People were saying, Mamando was saying, you don't have a facility, but you want to host. But that's not the case. Who said if you don't have a facility, you cannot host? There are countries, we name them, that have really host that we don't even compare to us. They have host. Qatar built their stadiums and they hosted the World Cup, the biggest sport festival that you can ever witness. Qatar's hosted. Who gave them a chance to say they will have all that facilities? If you go back to Qatar now, you will never find most of those stadiums. They have disappeared. So let it be. Why can we not be the same? We can have our stadiums here. We'll build them. Come 2027, you will find a different case here. So we are ready. Let it come. We are waiting for that. Athletics also, they have their championships that they want to bring. I was talking to BK the other day. He was talking about the All African Games and Southern African Games. Even there's a zone 6 coming here. So there are a lot that are coming. But it's just that we need to get that facilities in order, and we will. With time, we will.
Well, we are definitely crossing our fingers for that. Any last words before I let you go?
No, we have a big event today. You will just want people to come. And there is an understanding in the locations there that says stadium is falling apart. But like I said, we have football that can take place here. We have athletics, but athletics, this is the biggest stadium that they have still in their country, as much as it is. But for them, you could see, you have witnessed that, you have heard that you have heard that from Mr. Karumendo himself. This is the biggest area, stadium where we can host our biggest athletics event, whatever we have in this country. So football, we are trying. I think if you have been here a few years ago, you could at least see a difference here. We are trying. With time, we'll get there. People must come and see how different it looks. I'm just waiting for the Premier League teams. I don't know. They play somewhere there in Karasburg on the ground field, but they say here it's not. But it's fine. That is their business, not for me. But let them come one day, please.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. I was just talking to Gabriel Katua, who gave us a little bit of a background on the Independence Stadium. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee after the break.
Flex is a health and fitness show that focuses on mind, body, and spirit. Flex aims to reach all audiences that would love to focus on the health of the mind, body, and spirit. The show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, Namibian Media Holdings, Sports Rep, Irongo, My Zone, We, and Ewi. Flex focuses on daily fitness, where we will be flexing our muscles, wellness interviews where we will be flexing our mind. For editorial and advertising queries, please contact zone@synergy.com.na.
I'm definitely enjoying my time in the sun, but if sports is not your thing, you can check out our weekend gig guide right after this. And don't forget that you can still enter into the Pick and Pay Braai competition that's lasting till tomorrow. So can you tell us about how to enter into the competition? How does the competition work? How long is it going to run for? Because I'm definitely interested and I want to start today I'm going to start and tell everybody that I know.
Okay, so what you have to do, simple steps. First of all, you spend $200 or more at any Pick and Pay. So this is nationwide. And then you have to keep your receipts, of course, for proof of purchase. Then you take a picture of your braai. So whatever you spent on your braai, whether you braai the lamb chops or the societies or the kebabs, you name it, your pork, whatever you put on your braai, you take a picture of that moment. That is what we want to see. If you want to do it alone, you can, but include the family, include your niece, include your friends. So feel free to have a braai with you and your buddies. So that is the picture you have to take.
Yes.
And then you WhatsApp it to the following number, 081-690-6665. So you WhatsApp your picture,
Yes.
and then just the first 6 digits of your till slip. It's that easy. Do you want to know what you can win?
What can you win? What can you win? Wait, but
Okay,
yes.
sorry.
So before we get there, so all we have to do is spend 200 Namibian dollars on braai products from Pick and Pay.
So it can be any.
Oh, it doesn't even need to be
Yeah.
braai products. I could just be doing grocery.
So the thing is, braai is so versatile, and I
Yes.
know there are many people with those secret.
And what a short week it was, with the weekend hitting us much faster than usual. This weekend, starting on Friday, Kalkveld Farmers Association hosts the 2023 Agri Mega Day with exhibitions and demonstrations, followed by Family Day fun, run and ride, exhibitions and a game auction. At 7 on Friday, Canadian blues legend Doc McLean performs at the Wolf Shack in Windhoek. And at 7:30, the Umbetya Yahinga Dance Organization celebrates their birthday with a challenge. 20 hours of dancing at the Franco-Namibian Cultural Center. Entrance is free and you can dance if you want. On Saturday, the Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat School hosts dragon boat races at the Heya Lodge with lots of prizes up for grabs. And at 7, Canadian blues legend Doc McLean performs for a second time, but this time at Goodfellas, also in the capital. On Sunday at 5, Italian duo Cello and Canino present a flute and piano concert hosted by the Italian Cultural Institute of Pretoria in the National Theatre of Namibia. Entrance is free as well. If you haven't seen it yet, Descending into Bloom, a solo exhibition by Alex Bruch, can be viewed at the Namibian Arts Association until the 20th, while the Bukadu Stories by Lynette Nosakobili continues at the project room until the 25th. An Ode to the Masters is currently running at the National Art Gallery, while Cutting the Flame of Curiosity, a ceramics and collage exhibition by Andrea Hostemke and Anne Lach-Eine-Kuhn, is exhibited at the Bell House Atelier and Gallery. Have a great weekend!
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
And with that, we've come to the end of our show. Don't forget that you can catch the Senior National Athletics on all the NTV platforms. And that's it from me, Glena Rashipura.